Hello everyone, hope you're all well. On a Tuesday night, I'm going to talk about this public service announcement thing that came out in New York City. I think this came out Monday. And then also have a great passage that is comforting to share with you towards the end of the video. But first I want to say, bear with me. Mrs. Dawg and I both have been very busy with work, preparing things around the house and family. So we've been super busy, so I'm a little behind. I'm definitely behind on emails. So if you've emailed me, please be patient. I will get to you. And with the videos, I'm usually pretty quick on breaking news and things like that. But don't do my best. So bear with me. Okay. Nuclear attack public service announcement. So I saw this too, I think it was Monday when it came out. It was like a 1 and 31-second video. And basically it's about what to do in the event of a nuclear strike on New York City. So the lady that does the video, I'll link the video, it's short of course, in this video. But 3 steps basically is step 1 to get inside fast. So get inside a building, the closest one you can. Number 2, stay inside. And number 3 basically, so 3 is stay put and stay tuned for further instructions. So those 3 very basic points. Now, I think those are, I'm no expert on how to survive a nuclear blast. Not sure, I wouldn't even want to survive one if I'm in the direct hit zone, okay? So I'm no expert on this matter. However, this, a 1 and 31-second video is not even hardly scratching the surface, number 1. Though I look at this 2 different ways, at least so far. Alarming on one level, definitely alarming, kind of scary, because it does make you ask the question, if they're coming out with this, when's the last time you've heard anything like this? So what do they know that we don't know? Are they privy, probably, I'm sure, privy to intelligence that we are not privy to? So, and if, other thing is, this could actually wake up people who have their head in the sand about a lot of things. It could scare the crap out of them too. All right, but it is a bit alarming for sure. You have to admit that. Now I do remember, those of you old enough to remember, like some of us, the mid 70s, late 70s, even early 80s. Maybe when we were in school, we would have drills. Back in the Cold War. Or the first Cold War, you could say, with Russia, the Soviet Union back then. We would have these drills about nuclear strikes, about what to do if you're in the middle of the day at school. And I remember rushing out into the hallway for a drill, and you go up against the wall, you put your head down, you crouch down, put your hands over your head, like that was going to help. Like that was really going to help, or help you survive, And I do remember one time we had a drill where we crouched down under our desk. There again, depending on where a strike would land, probably not going to help much, but I do remember some of that. But I do believe also that it's a good idea to have some sort of plan, where will you shelter? And it would depend, of course, the time of the day. Would you have any warning? We may not have much of a warning at all, really. If you have a warning, as fast as these missiles can fly, you may only have about 20 minutes anyway, 20, 30 at tops. So if you're at home, have a place where you kind of would agree on where to go and shelter and have some things put in place, sort of, or have some kind of plan in place, that you could execute very quickly. Now if you're outside the home, out running around, that's a different thing. You'd have to just improvise and try to get in a structure somewhere close as possible, as quickly as possible. So from everything I read and hear, not a good idea to stay in the car and try to outrun anything. You know, makes sense. Other than that, you have a way to shelter and shelter for a while. You have backup, you have water, food, backup power, medicines, security, first aid kits. You know, do you have a place to go with little, well, depending on how much notice you get, you probably wouldn't have time to bug out, you know. And if you did, I mean, the roads might be pretty crowded, you know, pretty backed up. So Putin has threatened strikes. He's threatened multiple times to strike cities in the West, meaning that could be Europe, parts of NATO, United States, North America, to strike with nuclear missiles. He has threatened it several times, including recently. You know, so, you know, while he was threatening to invade Ukraine, a lot of people were like, nah, he ain't gonna do it. And I had my doubts, of course, but he did. So we have to take them serious, okay? I know some analysts think that he'll just hit Europe or just do like one strike just as a message, you know, hit something, you know, high profile like London, Paris, or something like that as a message, as a part of their strategy is what they call escalate to de-escalate. So escalate, first step, as in hit something real hard, like maybe one major city, or maybe even a place that's not very populated, just to send a message in order to, as a result, de-escalate. In other words, to cause the enemy, this would be us, the West, to say, okay, we'll back off of Ukraine and stop aiding them so much. Now, I believe if they tried that strategy, I believe it would probably only escalate further on both sides because we would retaliate. We can do the same to them. We can also hit them with missiles and the MPs as well. So, but we are, you know, as I said in my rant video a while ago, we are sending all kinds of aid, money, weapons to Ukraine to keep this war going with Russia. That's Ella. It's my dog down there doing that. She's just getting her, getting comfortable. You comfortable? No, not yet? Okay. So, and then it makes me wonder too, what, you know, what if they hit here, if they hit North America, United States, what if they just hit one big city? What if it was just New York City? What if it was just Los Angeles? You know, only just one, you know, one city or a couple of cities only. You know, of course, that's more survivable to a lot of the country. It'd have mass chaos, of course, but if it's a massive all-out strike, then, you know, we're in big trouble, okay? So that's a whole different ball game right there. Whole different. I don't know who's prepared for that, unless you have underground bunkers, deep underground, in a way to survive for a long time. You know, and then I know there are different kind of missiles they can use. If it's a tactical nuclear, that's smaller, that just, you know, that's not quite as devastating to a large area, that's more survivable depending on where you're located. From what I've read also, if they strike here, major cities could be a target, but that may not be the first target. The first targets would probably be military bases. So I know here in Georgia, that would be any Air Force bases. We have some here. We also have a huge submarine base down southeast Georgia on the coast near St. Mary's, Camden County. So that huge submarine base would be a major target. That'd be one of the first to be hit right there. So if you live near there, you're going to be in a hot zone for sure. So military bases for sure, communications, maybe major cities, depending on how massive of an attack it would be. So you'd have to prepare for no power. Communications would be spotty, if at all. Water, running water, so you have like backup water, food, medications, first aid, like I said. If you have a basement, that would be good. battery operated or solar powered radio so you can keep up with maybe with some kind of news going on, because I don't think we'd have power. So I've also been hearing rumors and some chatter about people who have family in the military or homeland security who are being told to prepare now, as far as prepare, and what they're saying is, food, water, paper products. So it sounds like a preparation for lack of either rolling blackouts or no power, or extended time with no electricity. So it does make you wonder, what are they talking about? What are they hearing? What do they know that we don't know? So, I mean, that could mean a lot of different things. It doesn't necessarily mean an all-out or nuclear strike, but that could be a power situation, just electricity. So we have that. Okay. Good passage here. This is Psalm 91. Well, that whole chapter is awesome, but Psalm 91 verses 4 through 6 says, "He will cover you with his feathers and let me start over. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday." Amen. Amen. That can bring comfort and reassurance, strengthen faith. Now, we are not promised an easy time. We are not promised pain-free existence here, okay, as Christians, or people that are saved. However, we know that in the end, we will be delivered. We are going to be good in the end. We may have to endure some real mess, okay, y'all? But trust that we will be fine in the end. Okay, I've gone on and on enough, so take care out there. Be safe. God bless you. See you soon.